Hey, so I'm gonna explain a little bit about the, the assessment and all the extensions that I have made. So the first thing that you notice when you open the console logs is this audio context warnings. This is mainly because the application runs a loop on the environmental sound, and the browser has a feature that it doesn't allow you to play sounds if the user has not interacted with the window browser. So this can be dismissed, but they're just there just for you to notice. Okay, so the first is the cue ball positioning. If you try to position the cue ball anywhere outside of the arc, it won't allow you to do so. So you have to position it inside the table arc. And then whenever I interact with the browser, so I'm gonna press the spacebar here, it will start all the environmental sounds and all the sounds that they appear in the game, right? So as you can see, there is a decision to draw the cue in respect to the angle of the mouse and the cue ball, right? So I have done that by calculating this angle manually. For some reason, I couldn't use the vector library. Um, what I have chosen to do was, and the interaction of the cue and the cue ball was a combination between the mouse and the keyboard. So when you press the keyboard and hold it, it will start to apply force to it, and when you release it, it will apply that force, right? So when you, uh, as much as you press it, it will be the kind of the applied force that will apply to the cue, right? So that the direction of the mouse that you are currently in. Oh, I just fold the cue ball inside the pocket. So as you can see, there is some console log on the labels here, so that the cue ball collisions, and there is some cue ball on a color ball, and then a cue ball on the red ball, and a cue ball on the cushion. So to do this, I use the label attribute on the body object of the Matter.js. I added all the labels to these objects, and whenever there is a collision event on the objects of the world, if the label that it detects has qval, then it will log this message. So that's how I do it. Um, maybe you didn't see it, but a red ball was inside the pockets and the qval was inside the pockets. Let me just do that again. I'm going to toggle this. So whenever a ball is within the bounds of the pockets, it will just get out of the world. If it is a red ball, if it is a cue ball, it will repeat the process of you have to position the cue ball again. And for the color balls, if you, I'm gonna do this manually. I'm gonna explain the creative mode later, but if you put a color ball inside the pockets two in a row, it will be a foul, right? So the message is drawn. I'm gonna tell the message off. Okay, so what I did was the creative mode. Basically, this is a mode that I do for the users to be able to have an interaction of the mouse and the other balls, so the user can position the balls whenever they want and yeah, have fun there. This is not the extension that I hope the marks for. I'm gonna toggle it off. I'm gonna explain the one later. Um, so these are all the game modes. This is a classic mode that the balls appear as the original snooker game. The random reds, that red appears randomly on the table, basically using the random function of p5.js um, within the borders of the table. All random, that there's all the balls in the random positions. If you put a color ball inside the pocket, the position will be the random one, right? So that's just something to explain. And finally, hard mode, that this is the one that I will expect the marks for is kind of a game that it will start to color the table out of green red, so it will start to color it red, and you start playing and it's like a timer, and whenever you manage to put a ball inside the pocket, a red ball, it will trigger, or it will give you a little bit more time for you to put all the red balls inside the pockets. Um, if you don't manage to do that, you will lose. Oh. And if you put the cue ball or any of the color balls inside the pockets, it will give you like a penalty, and that will mean that it will color the red ball a little bit more, right? So yeah, that's it for all the extensions and all the work. Um, Other thing is this helpline that you can toggle it on and off for you if you want to more assistant. Basically it. So hope this video is self-explanatory, and yeah, I'm just gonna wait for the red to be filled on for you to see the message of game over. So that's it. Um, let's just wait a little bit more, and a little bit more, and it's getting harder to see the red balls, and that was the main idea of the extension, to for you to be difficult to see the red balls, and making it harder and harder every time. And yeah, so time's up. Okay, so yeah, goodbye.